This week isn't the best we've seen for money in GTA Online, but there are still some really solid grinds worth doing, and in this video I will cover 3 of the best things from the event that will make you the best money. So without wasting any more time, let's dive into the video. So the KO Preco Survival is officially back. We got the KO Preco Survival in the last event week, and Rockstar did decide to carry over all of the things, like the clothing unlocks, and the bonus money on the survival. If you are yet to play the KO Preco Survival, I would still recommend playing this. It is really fun compared to all of the other standard survivals, and with the double money and RP payout, or 4 times with GTA Plus, I still think it is a really nice way that you can make money. One of the big benefits of the KO Preco Survival is that it will be a really nice thing to do if, for example, you have a KO Preco cooldown, or maybe you are waiting for your different businesses to make you some money. This will kill a pretty nice amount of time, and potentially even more time if you select the endless waves. I completed the KO Preco Survival completely solo with the GTA Plus bonus, and this got me around $150,000. So hopefully that really sums it up. The double money bonus will probably not be anything spectacular. Even this 4 times bonus, I was kind of surprised at when we saw it last week, but yeah, overall, I would recommend playing it at least 1 time. In my opinion, this money method is probably the best one you can do this week. With the payphone hits having the double money and RP bonus, they can make you a pretty surprising amount of cash within 1 hour. Before you can even start payphone hits, you will need to have an agency, and even with the agency, you will have to complete 3 security contracts to unlock payphone hits, but once this is done, you will not have to do anything else apart from starting a payphone hit. To go ahead and start one, you can call Franklin on your phone, or instead, you can just wait around in a GTA Online session, and one of them will randomly spawn on your map. To talk about the payouts for payphone hits, if you manage to complete the assassination bonus, you will be getting $90,000 each and every payphone hit. So it's always recommended to complete this, because you will be losing out on a lot of cash without completing the assassination bonus. What I really like about payphone hits the most is probably the fact that they are completely solo. They only really take you about 3 minutes to complete, depending on their location, and nowadays in GTA Online, they only will have a 10-minute cooldown. So within this 10-minute time frame, you can really do whatever you want before starting another. Personally, what I prefer to do is just start up one of these security contracts, and by the time I complete that, I can pretty much start another payphone hit. As of right now, I do not know any current methods to skip the cooldown, but the cooldown only being 10 minutes is really not too bad, especially compared to other cooldowns like the Dax Fooligan jobs, with that ridiculous 40 to 50 minute cooldown per mission, and this actually makes the payphone hits a really nice and solid moneymaker for you. So now it is time to go over the weekly money methods. Typically, I would not really want to include these things because the event week bonuses should be a lot better. But this week, this is where pretty much everything was not really that good, at least in terms of making you a lot of money. So first up, we do have the new time trials. The standard time trial is located over here on the map, getting you $100,000 if you complete the part-time. I just about managed to do this. It was a quite tricky time trial. I don't think I have ever done this standard one before. I only just managed to get this done. And then if you do have the next gen GTA Online version, you can also complete the HSW time trial, getting you $250,000 once done. I always suggest that you guys complete time trials every single event week. It's just some really nice and free money. Of course, the only requirement really is to have a fast enough car or bike, and once you have one of these things, you are pretty much set for every single event. Another weekly method we can do is the salvage yard robberies. For these ones, I think it is just a little bit different. I would not recommend completing all 3 of them unless you guys have the time. I would mainly focus on the top tier vehicle and standard tier vehicle, and with the salvage yard robbery setups taking a long time, that is probably the best way to do these things, or even then just spreading them out through the entire week. If you do have a salvage yard, you can find the gangbanger robbery for the Grotti Turismo and Maggio, selling for just a little over $400,000, the podium robbery for the hijack Ruston, and the Duggan robbery for the Ubermax Sentinel Classic. I got around to completing the Turismo and Maggio, and I went straight straight ahead and sold this to Yusuf Amir to get that really nice $400,000. If any of you are out there without the salvage yard and you are wondering if you should get it or not, I genuinely think it is one of the best businesses across the entire game. It's just the fact you can do these things every week, and on top of that, the salvage yard's passive save is actually one of the best ones, as long as you stay on top of salvaging vehicles. The next weekly money method that you also might want to complete is the new FIB priority file. If you complete all of the bonus challenges for this one, you will be looking at roughly $350,000. The project breakaway file as well is probably one of the better ones. It does not take too long and is still a really solid payout. If you have the garment factory, I would also recommend doing just the standard FIB files, because if you do complete the bonus challenges with them files, you will still be getting $200,000 per file. The final weekly money method that I also want to cover will be the weekly challenge. Unfortunately, the payout for weekly challenges are really basic at $100,000, but this really ties into that first method with the KO Perico survival, because you only need to complete 10 waves of any survival. On top of this, this is pretty much the same weekly challenge from the last event, which also means you can unlock the Buccaneer outfit by completing this. So probably worthwhile, especially if you are into your special clothing unlocks, and it is still a free $100,000. Honestly, not too bad. So now to wrap up this video and really give my opinion on the best money method, I would probably have to give this to the payphone hits, followed by the salvage yard robberies and FIB priority file, and then probably put in the KO Perico survival, because I do think it is really fun and it obviously can be repeated, so it does have some pretty nice earning potential through the week. And then finally, I would probably go for the time trials and weekly challenge last, because they are essentially just a one and done thing. So yeah, with that all summed up, hopefully you guys can see which are the best money methods. I will also quickly mention what the other bonuses were, because maybe you guys do prefer these things. So we also got the double money and RP on the assault on KO Perico. This is an adversary mode. The hot ring races had the double money as well, and finally the community race series had double money and RP as well. So maybe you do prefer these things. There will still be some pretty nice options, especially if you play with a full lobby of players. That will be the best way to play these different races and adversary mode. I think it is also worth mentioning that we do have that login unlock still active all the way up until September 17th. So if you log into GTA Online anytime between now and then, you will be eligible for this $1 million or $2 million with GTA Plus. I believe this bonus did start about 2 weeks ago now, so you might have already got this. If you are yet to receive this, obviously the end date is still quite far away, but just to be sure that you do unlock this, it's probably worth getting in touch with Rockstar support if you are maybe worried or have not got it and it has been a long time. So yeah, overall, what do you guys think about these methods? I think it is definitely a shame in some sense that we have a pretty much repeat from last week. I'm still really glad to see that payphone hits are doubled. Probably without a doubt the main thing that you want to focus on this week in terms of making money. But as usual, I would always suggest doing the other things like KO Perico heists, clocking Bell Farm raids, and even the Dr. Dre contracts for the most cash overall, and pairing these things with businesses. I am really hoping in the next week we get some better bonuses, maybe even a business. I think one business in particular that we have not seen with a bonus for such a long time is the bunker. I would love to see this doubled again, or even something like the acid lab, kind of similar to the bunker. But yeah guys, that will wrap it up for this video. If you went on to enjoy this or found it useful in any way, shape or form, make sure to leave a like. I always do appreciate your support. And if you are new to the channel and like what you see, subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss a video. Finally guys, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.